I am an athlete. It is 17th of May, 2023, and I am an athlete. These are the words that are literally ringing through my brain this morning as I swim for 1 hour without stopping, doing 71 laps and finishing at just over 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers. I might be an overweight, out of shape athlete, but I am an athlete. This thought was introduced to me by a creator that I follow on TikTok, and today the mind shift hit home as I hit the last 100 yards of the 1,760 that I planned. I am an athlete. I know because when I walk, I carry 500 plus pounds over a mile. I mean, how many people do you know that can actually do that? How many people do you know that can put double their body weight on their back and walk a mile? Very, very, very few. But that's what I have been living with every single day for years. So I'm proud of myself. I feel accomplished. And I also did what I said I would do, and I added a new machine to the gym before the swim. So that's good. I also added another set to each exercise, except for the overhead shoulders. I did like 4 sets of 10 on the chest fly machine and the lat pull down machine, and then I added like the functional trainer doing like pull downs on the triceps. I felt something kind of off and started moving when I was doing the shoulder like straight up like push-ups, so I only did 3 sets of 8. When I'm done swimming, like honestly, I think kind of the jewel over my whole experience is the fact that this particular gym that I go to has a sauna, which I know I've mentioned a couple of times, but the sauna it's like the candy of the whole experience to me. Now, unfortunately, this sauna is only running at around 80 degrees Celsius or about 176 Fahrenheit, which, might sound hot, but I got introduced to the sauna in Finland. And Finland invented the sauna. And the sauna is something more than a fitness room there. It's kind of like a sacred, holy place. It's a place for family. It's something that you do with community. And it's not just kind of like a place to... It's not just like a fitness room, right? It's something else, right? That when the Finns invented the sauna, it was one of the most important spaces in their lives. When they moved to a location, the first building they would build was the sauna. They would live in the sauna while building like their cabin and their farm. And after it was still used, it was a clean space. It was always very, very clean. Saunas are always supposed to be clean. So they took their sick there to get better. They gave birth to their children. They even placed like their dead there, so they had time to bury them. Like in the winter, and the ground's completely frozen, they would put their dead inside the sauna. So it was literally like cradle to grave. This was like kind of like a central building. So it was in a lot of ways like a holy place. And there's, some superstitions that kind of encapsulate some of that stuff. But so when I was introduced to the sauna by my wife and her family, it had a greater meaning to me other than just a hot house. I also found that it was kind of the Finns' version of hazing to see how much heat you could take, which is a whole other story for another time. But like the normal process is to stay in the sauna for 5, maybe 10 minutes at temperatures ranging from like cool, like they would kind of be like for the older crowd would be that like 80 Celsius, that 176 Fahrenheit, to like the really hot, which would kind of be in that 110 Celsius to like that'd be around 230 degrees Fahrenheit. That's very, very hot, very, very hot. And normally I feel like American saunas are a lot drier than Finnish saunas. And you take a ladle and you gather that water and you toss it on the stones. And the term that they use for when the steam rises up from the rocks is lolu. And, you'll see people like reach their hands out towards the ceiling as the steam comes down. And lolu, it kind of means like the spirit or the soul of the sauna. And when you feel the steam from like a 230 degree sauna, like descending on you from the ceiling, scorching your body, causing your breath to feel like fire upon your skin. And honestly, like the worst is your fingernails begin to ache with the heat. And when you feel that, like you're like, yeah, I get it. The sauna wants me to get out. And only when you can't stand it anymore, like, do you actually like rush out of the sauna. And then, especially if you're there in the spring or the summer, you rush your way to the nearest cold lake and you just dive in. And the feeling is absolutely magnificent. First time you do it, like, it completely takes your breath away, especially, in those waters, which are ranging somewhere in between like the 40s in early spring to maybe like mid 60s in the summer. So the difference in temperature is staggering, and you hit that thing and it just completely takes your breath away. And the first time is the hardest. And then you come out, and then you might go do it again. Sometimes people like drink apple juice or maybe like a soda or something on the outside, something to kind of keep them hydrated. And the first time is hard. The second time, things start happening. For me, the first time that it kind of started working its magic on me, I realized after a long kind of extended sauna session of jumping in these lakes and staying there for 10 minutes and then going out and then heating myself back up and then going back, I was walking up the footpath that led to the lake from the sauna, and I realized I felt like I was gliding along. The joints in my legs and my arms and my back had felt relaxed and cooled down, and it felt absolutely amazing. It felt like I was almost weightless. And from then on, like, I was hooked on the sauna. I mean, it's amazing. Now you totally can't overdo it. I have done sauna sessions where I have gone back and forth for just north of 5 hours. We're talking about extremes. Going from spending like 20 minutes in the ice cold water to into the sauna for 15 minutes or something like that. That's too much, and it will cause you like to wake up in the middle of the night with your heart like racing, and because it's a big shock on the cardiovascular system. But in moderation, It is amazing. And so for me, even though this gym can't get their sauna up past 80 degrees, it's still a beautiful experience. Now, if I can just get them to turn up the sauna in the gym, I might have the perfect experience next time.